afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez. This is Newsfeed on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. President Bongbong Marcos is satisfied with the government's response in the aftermath of two storms and the southwest monsoon that wreaked havoc in most parts of the country. In a situation briefing in Mauban, Quezon, the president said relief operations are in full swing. He also called on local governments to strengthen their flood prevention programs.
I think we have a good idea of what mukha namang we are still partially in the relief phase, but I think we have done enough to make sure that everybody who needs help is being provided with that help, both in terms of relief goods, both in terms of health care.
From Quezon Province, the president went to Rizal, where 2 people were reported to have died. At least 8 others were injured, while 1 is missing in the province. Rescuers are still trying to reach Santa Ines, where some 3,000 families have been isolated. The president then distributed relief goods at an evacuation center in San Mateo.
Anong guidance, sir, sa DepEd?
Gawin nyo lahat. Buksan yung pagpasok, gawin nyo hanggat maaari kung kaya nyo buksan. That's the usual, hanggat maaari, open the schools and conduct classes. But there are areas na hindi talaga pwede.
In business, Robinson's Retail Holdings announces key leadership changes with Robina Gokongwei-Pe stepping down as CEO to become chairman effective January next year. Her brother, Lance Gokongwei, is also resigning as chairman and director to become board advisor. The company, meanwhile, names its chief operating officer, Stanley Ko, as the next president and CEO. It says the changes are intended to enhance its financial performance. Makati has taken down the viral Gil Tulog road signs posted along Gil Puyat Avenue as part of a marketing stunt. To share with us his thoughts on this, we have on the line Victor Guidote Puyat. He's the 4th son of the late Senate President Gil Puyat. Good afternoon, Victor. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Yes, good afternoon.
So this has drawn so much flack already. Apparently, it's a marketing campaign. Please share with us your family's initial reaction to this.
Well, I want to act by reacting by saying that a name is very important, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, for example, you call Jose Rizal Jose Pandesal, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is disrespecting a national hero. And that would be very, very, wrong to do it. When I call my father Tulog Puyat, that is very insulting, okay, mm-hmm. to him, because he has served the country for so long. He is probably the longest serving senator from the time that he was elected way back in 1957 or 58. Okay? And the only time that he was taken out was when martial law was declared. And he served as Senate President for 3 or 4 terms. They could not replace him because he was doing a very good job, and he was very fair to both parties. He was in business, he was in politics to serve. Mm-hmm. He really didn't want to be a politician. My grandfather convinced him otherwise. He was approached by Laurel and the nationalist parties way back in the 1950s because they needed an economist, because they were all lawyers. But he turned it down and he said, I'm not a politician, I'm an educator. I'm sorry. He declined it. But alam mo mga politiko, hindi umaayaw agad-agad, Ang sabi ni Laurel sa kanya, Gil, pag-isipan mo, pagkakataon mo makasali sa politika para makatulong sa partido natin, nasyonalista. I was a young man when I saw this happening. Okay? So he said, my father talked to my grandfather, and my grandfather said, why did you turn it down? Why did you turn it down? Because This is your opportunity to serve the country. So my father decided to accept it upon the request of my grandfather Gonzalo, and he became a senator when he ran for the first time as number 3. And then later on, he was re-elected 4 times. And that's one of the reasons why Marcos, when my father passed away, Senator, the President Senior, right, was declared a presidential decree.
Certainly, we understand the family's reaction, and also we are learning so much about your father's legacy and what he has done for the country because of this stunt. Has also caused a public outcry. What is your reaction to netizens saying this ad or stunt is disrespectful, and also how much heat it's been getting, and this has gone viral already?
Yes. I'm not surprised that many people have reacted, because if they know the story of my father, they know that he served the country very, very well.
I'm curious, has the Makati LGU or Mayor Abby Binay herself reached out to you? The mayor did say that the request for permit for such a change in the street sign did not reach her office, and she has already reprimanded the people who approved it. Have they reached out to the family?
I have not talked to her, but I believe that she had nothing to do with it. Okay.
Well, how would you describe their response, the Makati City government's response to the matter?
Well, she has said that she didn't know about it, and that she will make sure that the people responsible for it will have to answer to her.
Victor, how about the company behind this marketing stunt? Has it reached out to you or any member of your family?
No, we are writing a letter to address the council, advertising council, to make this an issue against them, okay? Which is disparaging to my father.
If I could ask you personally, what message would you want to say to those behind this stunt? And is the family demanding a public apology?
Well, the mayor does not need to apologize, because she said she had no knowledge of it, okay? But the people who did it within Makati should be punished by the mayor for allowing this thing to happen. And also, I think the advertising agency who thought of this very bad idea should be reprimanded, and if necessary, take legal action against them.
Victor, thank you for talking to us. Thank you so much for your time. Victor Guidote Puyat, son of the late Senate President Gil Puyat. Shifting gears now, Filipino athletes all geared up for the Paris 2024 Olympics will be parading not just the Philippine flag on the Games opening ceremonies, but also the creation of acclaimed Filipino designer Francis Libiran. Here's the report.
The Philippine delegation, led by Olympic medalists boxers Nesty Petesio and Carlo Paalam, will march in the opening ceremonies of the 2024 Paris Olympics today,
wearing barongs designed by Francis Libiran.
The Sinag Barong Tagalog features a detachable silk organdy sling adorned with embroidered sun rays, which is a symbol of hope and optimism that reflect the Filipino spirit. The pintados-inspired warrior patterns symbolize bravery and national pride.
My inspiration behind the Sinag Barong is I want our athletes to be well presented during the Olympic Games in the parade. So I created something that I wanted to be very iconic. So I made use of our traditional Barong Tagalog. I wanted to create an armor-like detail across the chest of the one who's wearing it, and it depicts the pintados sun rays, the one that's in the embroidery of the yellow design. So for me, I use pintados because it's a sign of bravery, going to battle. And that's how I want our athletes to think. And of course, the colors of our flags, which is very vivid from afar, the blue and the red. I want it to be very visibly Filipino when they're doing that parade in the River Seine.
Libiran, also designed for our athletes in the last 3 Southeast Asian Games, revealed that his natural next step was to aim for the Olympics in the city of fashion, no less, which he describes as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Right now, I'm more intense. I guess it comes with maturity. You get to be more concentrated on what you're doing. You want to be sure of the results of the output of what you're doing.
The national team uniforms in the Paris Olympics have been attracting attention on social media. Our very own Sinag barong was included in the top 10 most stylish list in the international news sites. Netizens have unanimously chosen Mongolia as the best 2024 Paris Olympics outfit. Trisha Garin for Bilyonaryo News Channel.
We wish our Filipino athletes the best of luck. The full interview with Francis Libiran will be aired Monday, July 29 in Pathways to Success at 11 a.m. only here on Bilyonaryo News Channel. Meanwhile, Parisians woke up to a rainy morning as Paris police fanned out in areas near the Seine River as the Olympic countdown begins. France rolled out its most extensive security operation to safeguard the Games and its opening ceremony. Officials say there is no direct threat to the Games, but they disclose they have foiled 2 suspected attacks so far. Up to 3 billion people are expected to tune in for the opening, a first in Olympic history, as the event will not be held in a stadium but on the Seine and the streets of Paris. And those are the news this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Stay tuned to Bilyonaryo News Channel for more top-of-the-hour news. Catch us on Free TV Channel 31 and also on our website, bnc.ph. Bilyonaryo News Channel, always on top.